I can retire now. So we're working a night shift, and we get a call for a woman in her early 20s who's unconscious in the hallway of a very nice apartment building in Forestville. And so we, arrive. And as we arrive, there are 2 police cars and 2 taxi cabs that are parked out front. And we're like, well, whatever. And so we get out, and then this is where it becomes explained to us. One of the cab drivers says that he had a woman in the cab, and she was very, very, very drunk. Like, so drunk she was like stumbling, couldn't walk drunk. And so he helped carry her, help her walk rather, up to the apartment door. They arrive at the apartment door where she realizes that she doesn't have her purse, and so she doesn't have her keys, and so she promptly passes out in front of the door. The cab driver's like, unconscious young girl, and so he calls 911. Meanwhile, her friends that she was drinking with in the bar, they have also been drinking heavily, but they realize that she left her purse behind. And they're like, oh my, she left her purse. She doesn't have her keys. We need to go to her apartment. So the friends go in another cab, and they go down to the apartment to let her in. We get called by the first cab. We arrive, and the cab driver's downstairs. Now, you may say to yourself, oh, problem solved, situation done. But not really, because we still need to verify that she's okay. I mean, she was unconscious in a hallway, right? Like, for all we know, she's overdosed. Something very, very bad has happened. So it's our job to go in and make sure she's okay. We go up, we knock on the door, they don't answer. The cops knock on the door like only a cop can. They still don't answer. So we call for a superintendent to come and let us in. Superintendent comes, opens the door, we're like, hello, hello, there's no answer. We walk around a little bit, hello, hello. And then we get to the bedroom, we knock on the door of the bedroom, hello, anybody in there? And again, the reason we're doing this, just so you don't think we're pervs, is because she was last seen unconscious in the hallway, right? For all we know, someone else on the floor has taken her, dragged her into their room, and she's been abducted, right? So we need to verify that she hasn't been abducted and that she's safe, right? So this is all above board. And so we go in, we're knocking on the door, hello, 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 and then she leaps out of the bed and stands before us, freaked out like only you can be if you suddenly find 2 cops and 2 paramedics in your bedroom in the middle of the night. She is in her early 20s, perfectly bronzed skin, amply, chestily endowed, wearing only a thong and a push-up bra. And she's standing going, which only contributes to the picture. And so we're like, it's okay, we're just checking on you, want to make sure you're okay. Obviously you're okay, you weren't abducted, you're not dead, overdose, sorry to bother you, we're on our way, we're going to leave. As we're doing that, she notices that she's not wearing anything before us, and reaches down onto the bed, grabs a sheet, pulls it off, throws it around her to cover herself up, thus revealing 2 other women, equally created by God, spooning in bed. They have our complete attention. And so I get into bed with the women to make sure that they are alive and breathing and awake. And so I'm trying to wake them up, right? And one of them is like, very, very drunk. And I'm like, well, okay, well, it's good enough. All right. The other one, I really can't wake her up. I'm doing everything I can to wake her up. And these are taught in college as techniques to wake someone up who's unconscious or feigning unconsciousness. One of them is called the trap squeeze, where one squeezes the trapezoidal muscle. It can be quite painful. Another one is called the sternal rub. And so, you know, trying to wake her up. Second girl, I can't wake her up at all. And it's a bit of a, you know, situation, because theoretically, I mean, you know, we should take her to the hospital. Like, she can't be woken up. You know, bad things could have happened. Although, you know, I mean, I don't want to disclose, but you know, I've been that drunk and I never gone to the hospital. I just want someone to put me in a bed, and she's already in a bed. So technically, you're like, she's a step ahead of me than I've been a lot of times. I'm like, I don't really feel right taking her to the hospital, you know. So you know, so I don't. And again, I mean, I don't like to bring people to the hospital unnecessarily. You know, of course, it's my job to bring people to the hospital. I'll bring them whenever I can, do whenever they need to, rather. But you know, but as I said, you know, she's quite comfortable, and so I just basically want her to wake up and you know, prove to me that she's conscious, right? And I can't do that. So I turn to the other woman, who's, you know, has a sheet wrapped around her, still a little freaked out, and I say to her, okay, you know, just, you're not in trouble. Believe me, the cops don't care. But I need to know if she did any drugs tonight. And when I say the cops don't care, I mean, we could have been standing in a meth lab at that moment. And the cops would not have taken their eyes off of the situation. You know, and at this time, she climbs into bed with the other two, and she begins spooning, becoming the big spoon in the cutlery set of my dreams. And she climbs into bed with the other two, and she starts with her hand on the shoulder of the girl in front of her, and she runs it down her side and all the way to her ankles and back up again. And she just does this a couple times, and then she says, "No, no drugs. My friend, she just break up with her boyfriend, and she's feeling lonely. She's so lonely. We just go for a little drink. And she get a little drunk, but no drugs." Now at this moment, I'm thinking, I love my job so much. I have the best job in the entire world. Because I had really only been on for a couple of months. I was very new. And I'll tell you, if I had any idea, like, I'm thinking to myself, this is going to happen every week. The rest of my life. And now if I had any idea how unique a situation that was, I would have lingered a little longer. I would have taken a bit more time with things. But of course I didn't, and I was new, and I was quite nervous. My partner at the time, she says, "I'm going to go wait in the hall. You guys take care of this." And she leaves. And then she says to me, she punches me in the shoulder and says, "I tell you what, you can drive, you can attend this whole call." And as we're walking out, as I said, there's two cops, and one of the cops is significantly older, and we're all kind of smiling, and we're all kind of have that sort of satisfied feeling, like you've been on a long journey and a long hike, and you're watching a beautiful sunset, but this is the kind of sunset that would put wood on a statue. And we're all kind of slowly drifting out in a cloud out of the scene, and the one cop, he says, "I'm going to retire now." He says, "Yeah." He says, "I'm going to retire right now." He says, "I got 2 weeks left, but I'm going to take the penalty. I don't care. I want this to be the last memory I have." I want this to be the last image in my head about being a cop. And the amazing thing is my partner actually has a sister who's a police dispatcher, and so good stories travel in all directions. And so she heard the story from the cop's perspective, from the cop's side, and he really did. He retired that day. He put it in his papers, and he was gone.